Welcome back to the channel. And that is Gamsol, the magic potion, a part of every painting that I've ever made. Speeds up the drying time and gives a nice little shine to everything. It's my favorite. Today we're doing a daytime art video because the nighttime ones got dark. Doing it in the Barry Sanders jersey that I've had since middle school, just for vibes. Because it was already a little messed up. I don't like to paint like brand new clothes. Today we are doing comic. Trying to get some comic art going. I'm actually really bad at it, but I want to be really good at it because I just love comic books, love comic art. So I'm gonna try my hand at this in oil painting. My three favorite characters, three favorite heroes, I'll say: Spawn, Batman, Spider-Man, in that order. Usually I would draw this in charcoal, but I used an oil stick. Next time I'll probably use charcoal just for more defined lines. This was a lot harder than most of my other drawings because I usually can draw more loosely and I don't have to map out everything. Typically you would use two colors. This is the paper palette. The side mission painting. Like I said in the last video, I do a lot of just random roses because you want to get the juices flowing, you want to get the practice in. This was a butchered portrait. It was supposed to be Obama, but I just butchered it. So I was like, let me put a rose on this canvas, and I found out one of my canvases have a hole in it that have a rose on it. So I was like, I'll just make sure I have another rose because when it comes to those fast gallery shows, you want to have things that are nice, simple, easy to sell. I was trying to do this one in more of like a graffiti style, just so that, you know, that's what's been inspiring me recently. Graffiti art, because Banksy, and comics. Yeah. Me in Zen mode, concentrating on here painting. The jersey is popping up nice. Yeah. Yeah. Painting fresh. They say when you wear a nice outfit or a nice pair of clothes when you're painting, it makes you paint neater because you're afraid to get yourself dirty. A mistake with this painting was I put the purple flower a little bit too offset. It's hard to put the other rose on there, but you know, we problem solve, we get it fixed. We still make the image come out nicely. Adding the last little details. We're gonna sit that down to dry. Now for the craziness. Magic wand time. Getting that palette set up, the paper palette, the infamous paper palette. Eventually when I get there, I'm gonna use my glass palettes, but we're doing paper palettes for now. That's for TikTok. That's for Instagram. It's lit. Organizing the paper palette. You need all the colors that are like, you don't want to mix the colors too much. You want them to mix, but you don't want them to mix at the same time. That's matcha and coffee. First part of this picture will be the infamous Spawn cape. It's one of the more difficult things to paint, only because it's usually all over the place, super big and grand, and it's crazy. I decided with this, since it is technically a painting in my style, I was like, I'll do the characters as close to them as I could, but we'll swap around the pictures or the colors. We'll swap around the colors to where it's still kind of like my own thing. Give the painting a little bit of, I don't know the word, give the painting a little bit of character, you know. Working on the cape here. The cape was giving me trouble from the jump because the drawing, the map that I made, it was hard to see what was in the foreground and what was in the background. Ramses with the ambiance. We're working on his hero mask now. That part of it, I do feel like I could have done better, but I did like how it came out. Kind of looked like Spawn Luchador. It's pretty sick. Like a new version of Spawn. Spawn Tales from the Ghetto. Spawn Tales from LA. I think that's what I'm gonna title this. The LA Heroes. Or the Heroes LA Edition. This is one of the first times I decided to swap to a smaller brush to do some of the details. Typically I like 1-for-1. You pick one brush, usually it's like flat round brush, and I use that for the whole painting so that the detail marks and the shadings have like the same feel throughout. We're getting on the arm. The hardest part with all comics or all anatomy is always hands, feet, and proportions. That's something that I did want to concentrate on, and I was trying to at least make it make sense while I was getting through this. The hard part about this, and the reason halfway through this I understood why they use ink. They usually go pencil, ink, and then digital for coloring for comic books, simply because oil is not really for hard lines. And comics, they're all hard lines. So immediately I knew what the issue was going to be with this. I was going to try my best with it, work around it. The end result is beautiful, but it's just now I know that maybe even acrylic would be a better option for comic paintings. We're getting the rest of that cape on there. And we're starting Spider-Man. I decided to do Spider-Man green because I don't know, like when I think about spiders, of course like the everyday Black Widow, but I typically be thinking about spiders being green. Spawn with his normal green aura. I did a little eyeball on the side because Spawn, the whole thing with Spawn is like he's always under watch by the higher powers and the lower powers. These are supposed to be clouds. They did end up looking like clouds, like top of the world kind of clouds, or like leaving Earth to go to a new universe, the universe where the superheroes are green, purple, and red. Now, I've recently been obsessed with the artist that's behind Absolute Batman. They are the most insane looking characters I've ever seen. They're doing a great job at DC, at Absolute Batman, because I want every single book that they have made so far simply for the cover art. It's my rendition of Absolute Batman. I made a red Absolute Batman, big axe. We getting through that part of it. I feel like he came out looking pretty Baroque in this. The Baroque period is one of the most inspiring art periods of all time to me. It's heavy darks, heavy lights. Yeah. This is what we left with. I feel like it looks like a comic. It looks like a museum comic, a gallery comic. Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think. Tell me how I did. Tell me how I can improve. Shit, tell me what you'd want me to paint. Thanks.